One again. Nucleus caudatus and nucleus lentiformis, which is subdivided into putamen and globus pallidus, together forms first basal nucleus is corpus striatum. Second basal nucleus is narrow lamina of gray matter, that is claustrum. Here it is claustrum. That is second basal nucleus, claustrum. And last basal nucleus, here it is absent. If we cut in temporal lobe, inside of temporal lobe, we will see last basal nucleus. It is amygdala or corpus amygdaloidum. Amygdaloidum or amygdala. That is third basal nucleus. First is corpus striatum, second is claustrum, and last is corpus amygdaloidum. Corpus amygdaloidum. Next is white matter. White matter. White matter consists of three types of fibers. First of them, that is associated fibers. Associated fibers, that is fibers which join structures in one hemisphere, in the region of one hemisphere. For example, shortest associated fibers is between nearest gyri. Nearest gyri. They are fibra arcuata cerebri. Fibra arcuata cerebri. Next, long associated fibers start from frontal lobe, continues into parietal, and finish in occipital. That is superior longitudinal fascicle, fasciculus longitudinalis superior. And from temporal into occipital lobe, we have fasciculus longitudinalis inferior. Here it is superior fascicle, here it is inferior. Next fascicle start from frontal lobe, continues into parietal, and finish in temporal. That is fasciculus uncinatus. Uncus, that is hook. That is why fasciculus uncinatus, it looks like hook. Fasciculus uncinatus. And last fascicle, last associated fibers inside of gyrus fornicatus. Inside of gyrus fornicatus we have cingulum. Cingulum, that is white matter inside of gyrus fornicatus. Cingulum. They are associated fibers. Next type of white matter, that is commissural fibers. Commissural. They join right and left hemisphere. And largest commissura, that is corpus callosum. That is white matter which join right and left hemisphere. Look here. That is occipital lobe. And from occipital lobe fibers goes to opposite occipital lobe. Through what? Through corpus callosum. Corpus callosum. The same from frontal lobe of one hemisphere joined with frontal lobe of, here it is, frontal lobe joined together, the same through corpus callosum. Corpus callosum, that is sorry, largest commissura between both between right and left hemisphere. Next commissura, that is, here it is. Here it is commissura cerebri anterior. Here it is commissura cerebri anterior. And last commissura, commissura fornixus, between right and left fornix. That is a fornix. Here it is fornix. And left fornix joined with the right fornix with the help of commissura fornixus. Commissura fornixus. And third type of of fibers of white matter, that is projectional fibers. First was associated, second commissural fibers, and third type is projectional fibers. Projectional fibers join hemisphere with lower departments of brain or with a spinal cord. That is a tracts. For example, tractus cortica spinalis or tractus cortica nuclearis or tractus fronta pancinus or accipita tempora. Do you remember? They join together hemisphere with lower departments of brain or with a spinal cord. And all of these tracts, all of these projectional fibers pass through this internal capsule that is white matter in space between nucleus caudatus, nucleus lentiformis, and thalamus. Between them we have white matter, and this white matter consists of projectional fibers. Here it is in anterior horn. We can see tractus frontathalamicus, from frontal lobe to thalamus, frontathalamicus, then tractus frontapancinus, then tractus corticonuclearis, then cortica spinalis, then accipita tempora parieto pancinus. Oh, sorry, here it is thalama corticalis, and here it is accipita tempora parieto pancinus, and then central auditory and center visual tracts. All of these tracts pass through internal capsule, and in your manual present diagram, give me your manual, give me. Thank you. Look here. That is, just a moment, page 52. Structures of internal capsule. Here it is, internal capsule. All tracts described here. And nuclei, basal nuclei, that is head of nucleus caudatus, nucleus lentiformis, claustrum, cortex of insula. That is a diagram of nuclei of gray matter and internal capsule. This diagram necessary to draw next time. Clear it is? That is, I can draw. Please give me a piece of paper. Look here, very easy. Very easy. That is thalamus, like here, thalamus. Here it is head of nucleus caudatus. Here it is internal capsule, capsula interna, internal capsule. Then here it is nucleus lentiformis. Here it is claustrum, and that is cortex of insula. Number 1, thalamus. Number 2, caput nuclei caudati. Number 3, internal capsule. Number 4, nucleus lentiformis. Nucleus lentiformis subdivides into number 5, that is putamen, and number 6, globus pallidus. Number 7, that is external capsule, space between putamen and claustrum